The state media have been charged to serve as a vehicle for public enlightenment and the watchdog of the public interest. They should also consider formulating policies to deter journalists from allowing their political affiliations to shadow their professional duties. The challenge was thrown to the state media at a day's dialogue session organized by the National Media Commission for managers and editors of state-owned media organizations and political parties at Elmina in the Central Region.
The meeting afforded the state-owned media organizations and political parties the opportunity to interact and reach common grounds on concerns regarding media coverage of the various political parties. The ruling National Democratic Congress was the only political party absent. The chairman of the Media Commission, Ambassador Gabriel Blay Amihia, reminded the state-owned media of their constitutional duty to give equal platforms to all the registered political parties to explain their manifestos and policies to the electorate.
The various professional bodies, particularly the GJA and the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, must redouble their efforts to ensure that their members are not condemned by history and posterity for their roles in plunging the nation into crisis.
A member of the commission, Akoto Ampao, made a presentation on the role and responsibility of the state-owned media under the 1992 Constitution.
The experience of finding journalists in the state-owned media who go out and contest in party political primaries, and when they lose, return to their media houses with their tails tucked in between their legs. They obviously do no good to the independence and credibility of their media houses. And their media houses themselves do no good to their image by readmitting such elements into their houses. And we would suggest that the board and management of the state-owned media formulate very clear principles to put an end to this obvious aberration.
The managers, directors and news editors of the state-owned media then took the opportunity to make known their program outline and packages for the political parties as the 2012 elections draw near. They assured the political parties that they would be given an equal platform to sell their messages to the electorate. The Director General of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, Berfi Apentin, said to enable the parties to get equal platforms, GBC has set up a political broadcasting committee which oversees all coverage given to political parties. The chairman of the committee, John Aite, mentioned some of the programs outlined for the parties and some challenges.
In order not to separate the activities of the presidency from the campaign, we have segmented the bulletin. What we have done this time around is to introduce the campaign trail for the 7 p.m. news and the late news, as well as the other bulletins. In this particular segment, we have the campaign stories. And the other in which the parties, the rundown changes. You can't have one presidential candidate or one person dominating that segment throughout. So if today Party A leads that particular segment, tomorrow Party B will lead on a rotational basis.
The General Manager of Graphic Communication Group, the Manager of the Ghanaian Times, Kofi Asuman, and the Acting Manager of the Ghana News Agency, Mausi Apele, took turns to present their plans for the political parties in terms of media coverage in the upcoming general elections.
Our marketing department, which has been reorganized and they are up and doing a good job, will be responsible for political advertisement. We will also be doing pull-out on political activities and political parties.
Just completed a round of a series of workshops across the country. We held 2 in the southern sector, 1 in the middle sector, the other in the northern sector, trying to build the capacity of the reporters and the stringers so that they will be able to know whatever it is that is positive and good for us to cover.
Some concerns raised by the political parties include incumbency advantage by the ruling government, some biased journalists in the state media, and the need for the state media to live up to their constitutional obligations in the run-up to the 2012 general elections.